Welcome everyone to Ask Hypnotica 33. We're going down woo-woo lane this week. And it comes in from a question from George. And George did not tell me where he's from, so thanks, George. Anyways, here it is. Question for the questions and answer. Do you think that fragrances, scents have energy power? What colognes or natural oils do you use? What scents are good for energy? Well, listen, the olfactory, which is your smelling sense, okay, is probably one of the most primal, most underdeveloped, yet extremely powerful processes or modalities that we have. All right. Anyone that thinks that smell doesn't have energy is kind of a little bit too foo-foo of a word for me, but usefulnesses. Okay, they have associations. They have primal instincts pretty much within those. So there's a reason why when a skunk lifts up its tail and squirts your dog and you got to smell it, okay, it's a warning, okay, that's extremely powerful. There's a reason why sometimes when you go down perhaps on a vagina and you're like, it doesn't smell right, that's your chance to back up, okay? There's lots of different things, and yeah, senses have a lot to do with it, all right? Imagine that if you had no smelling senses, all right? What would you know? Like if you stepped in dog shit, you wouldn't know. You'd just be walking around, okay? That is an energy. It's warning you, hey man, something ain't right. Okay, so there's lots of different ways that you can utilize this. Now, I'm going to kind of go in the direction where I think most guys would probably want to understand, because it was actually kind of vague a little bit about what you asked for. I'm not really understanding the question. So here's the thing. Senses have a lot to do with sensuality. It has to do with a lot with mood. It has to do with a lot of uplifting, energetic, mindful states of consciousness. For example, let's just take lemon, lime, orange, okay? If you put those in a diffuser and you put those in your room and you walk in, it's got like an uplifting feeling. It's an uplifting sense. It's a citrus sense, okay? That's like what they talk about when we talk about aromatherapies and things like this. But I'll tell you what, if a girl walked into your room and it smelled like either dirty sock or citrus, what is going to be most likely to get her to want to stay in that room, okay? If you pick citrus, you are absolutely correct, all right? Now, there's a couple things that I'm just going to throw out there. They did a study, all right, and not a lot of people know about the study, but I know about the study, and it basically went like this. Like, they tried to figure out what are the three senses, or the top senses that are like aphrodisiacs, all right? So, and it's really funny because I always have like candles and senses and, aromatherapy things in my room if I ever need it, and one of my go-to things, okay, where there's three. I have three different ones that I like to use, okay? People get like fresh and frilly and ocean breeze. No. That doesn't evoke sensations that are sensual, all right, for the most part. Except for if you watch the movies Porky's. You remember what got that girl going, don't you? Those are for you old school guys out there that want to watch a good movie. Porky's was a good movie, all right? Anyways, smell it. So, what are the three senses, or what are the three smells that evoke this sensual aphrodisiac type of sensation, right? Well, they did like I said, they did a study, and there was three. And the three were vanilla, cinnamon, and number one, pumpkin, okay? And it was kind of interesting to me because anytime I went and got candles, it was always one of those three. Actually, it was only two. I like cinnamon and I like pumpkin, all right? And I always had those. Now, you tell me, like, when the study came in, why that was. To me, my mindset was always around this kind of sensual environment, and that's what unconsciously just felt good to me, okay? My intuition was working, and those are the ones that I use. So if you're thinking about that, that's a very good thing to do, all right? Like I said, stay away from the ocean breeze or the axe and all that shit like this. I mean, hey, you know what? If you use it, you use it. Now, if you're talking about like colognes and stuff like this, women like colognes, okay? I'm not going to say that they don't. However, most people don't know this, but colognes are filled with formaldehyde, okay? Not a lot of people know that, but yeah, a lot of it is formaldehyde. So when you're spraying yourself, you're basically putting formaldehyde on your skin. Not a healthy thing to do. So, there are some combinations you can use through essential oils. Here's something let's just talk about, since we're talking about smelling, all right? Some guys have BO. Some guys have bad body stench, all right? And so here is a holistic little tip that can help you smell much better. There is an herb out there called fenugreek. And if you take fenugreek and you sprout the seeds, all right, it turns into a nice sprout. It's actually really easy to grow. If you screw this up, then, dude, like, I don't know what else to tell you, okay? All you have to do is add water and it grows. Now, the fenugreek has a kind of repugnant taste. It's a very strange taste. It's not, I wouldn't consider it a good taste. But what happens is when you take about a handful a day, just a handful of sprouts, and you eat it, okay, what it does, it purifies your skin to a degree. And it's funny because when I first got this, the lady said, oh, if you do this, you're going to smell like maple syrup. And I was like, maple syrup? Why would I smell like maple syrup? Okay. Well, within a week, all right, of doing this, and I did probably 2 handfuls a day, all of a sudden, like when I was working in the club, I literally had girls come up to me saying that I smell like pancakes. Okay. And they dug it because they're like, what are you wearing? And I wasn't wearing anything. It would just smell like pancakes. So there's an interesting idea right there, too. Like, fenugreek is amazing. So if a lot of you guys are plagued with bad body odor, okay, fenugreek works really well. Go get some seeds, sprout them, and eat a handful to 2 handfuls of those a day. Like I said, they're not good, but it will take care of the stench. So I don't know if I'm even getting this question right, okay? So next time, if you guys write questions, get a little bit more detailed in there. These are just some things that I thought you might want to know about that would be useful for you out there in the real world, just to keep on stacking it up. So, hey, you know what? You're living the life exactly the way you want to on your terms, because you know what? You deserve it, all right? Nobody else deserves it like you deserve it, because it's you. Bottom line, all right? So stack the odds in your favor, all right? Don't answer anyone else's call to what they think you should be. Just go do what you want to do and be the best man that you can possibly be for your reasons, all right? And when you're doing them the best for your reasons, you know what? You're going to tap into that deeper level of spirituality, and you're going to understand that, hey, your cup does floweth over, and everyone around you is going to get treated. So when you're on that level, rock and roll, my friends. So hopefully one of those little seeds sunk in deeply. And with that, it's Hypnotica, and we're out. Perfect timing. Bang.